From pantheons that are thousands of years old to movements that started in the last century, we're going to explore the vast landscape of human belief, what's still thriving today, and what's been lost to the pages of history.
So, let me kick things off with a question for you. Right now, there are nearly 8 billion people on this planet. Just take a guess. How many of them do you think follow a major religion?
The number is just staggering. It's estimated to be somewhere around 6.2 billion people. That's most of the planet. And that figure alone really sets the stage for just how deeply belief systems are woven into the very fabric of our modern world.
Okay, so with a number that big, where do you even begin? Well, let's start with the giants, the handful of religions that shape the day-to-day lives of literally billions of people.
If you look at the global landscape, it's really dominated by a few heavy hitters. I mean, look at these numbers. Christianity and Islam, together, they account for way more than half of all religious people on Earth. And Hinduism isn't far behind.
First up, you've got Christianity, with a staggering 2.5 billion followers. It got its start way back in the 1st century in Roman Judea, and from there, it's grown to become the most widespread religion on the entire planet.
Next is Islam, with about 2 billion followers. At the heart of the faith are what are known as the 5 pillars, things like the Declaration of Faith, prayer, and pilgrimage, which are the core practices that guide the lives of Muslims all over the world.
And rounding out the top 3 is Hinduism, with over 1 billion followers. Now, what's just mind-blowing about Hinduism is its age. Its roots stretch back to at least 1500 BCE, making it one of the oldest major religions that's still being practiced today. Incredible.
But just focusing on the big 3 doesn't even begin to tell the whole story. Seriously, beyond these giants, there's this incredible, living tapestry of other faiths all around the world.
I mean, the sheer variety is just amazing. Take Sikhism, for instance, which started in 15th century Punjab with this powerful message of equality. Or go way back to 6th century BCE India, and you find Jainism, with its deep, deep focus on nonviolence, or ahimsa. And then you have something much newer, like the Baha'i faith from 19th century Persia, which has the unity of all humankind as its core idea.
And don't think for a second that this is all ancient history. Nope. The 20th century was a hotbed for new spiritual movements. You've got Rastafarianism in the 30s, Scientology in the 50s, then Raelism and Falun Gong popping up in the later decades. It just goes to show the human search for meaning never really stops.
And we haven't even scratched the surface. There are so many other traditions that have lasted for centuries. You've got Shinto in Japan, with its reverence for nature spirits, Taoism and its focus on living in harmony, Animism, which is this global belief in spirits all around us in the natural world, and the vibrant Yoruba religion from West Africa. Each one is a totally unique window into the human experience.
Okay, so we've got this amazing, vibrant world of living faiths. But it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? For every single one of these that's still around today, how many others have just vanished? How many have been completely lost to time? And that question, well, it takes us somewhere else entirely. We're going to step back in time and listen for the echoes of lost gods, to explore the fascinating and often forgotten religions of the past.
Just think about this contrast for a second. On one side, you have these ancient religions that somehow, against all odds, have survived for millennia, like Hinduism, Judaism, and Zoroastrianism. But on the other side, you have their contemporaries, faiths that were once just as powerful, the beliefs of entire empires, like those of Egypt, Rome, and the Norse, which are now completely extinct.
I mean, just imagine the incredible worlds of belief that have completely disappeared. The whole Egyptian pantheon, with gods like Ra and Isis, who literally governed life and death. The famous Olympian gods of ancient Greece, or the powerful Norse deities like Odin and Thor, and the complex Aztec religion that was the center of life in central Mexico right before the Spanish arrived. These weren't just stories, they were the absolute bedrock of their societies.
Okay, check this out. Here is a really fascinating specific example, Atonism. It was started by this one pharaoh, Akhenaten, around 1350 BCE. And it was totally revolutionary. He basically tried to switch Egypt to monotheism, worshiping one sun god. But here's the thing, because it was so tied to him personally, once he died, the religion pretty much died with him. The old gods came rushing back. It's a perfect example of how not every big idea manages to stick around.
So all of this, it brings us to the big central mystery, right? What is it that makes one belief system last for thousands and thousands of years, while another one just fades away and becomes a myth?
This right here, this comparison really drives the point home. The Sumerian religion is one of the oldest we've ever found, started way back around 3500 BCE. It's gone. Then you have Judaism, founded 1500 years later. It has survived everything imaginable for millennia and is still active. So, why? What made one survive and the other disappear?
You know, it all boils down to a really powerful idea. Some beliefs become the bedrock of civilizations. Others become the myths studied by historians. That's it. That is the razor-thin line that separates a living faith from a lost one.
And that, of course, leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. As we look at the vibrant, diverse, and powerful religions that define our world today, you just have to wonder, which of them will be the ancient myths of tomorrow?